Grand Rising, loved ones. Welcome back to another episode of Healing Wisdom with me, your favorite spiritual advisor, Empress Oracle. So, I have been seeing floating around the What's Wrong with My Zodiac Sign challenge, so we are talking about it. And we've done Aries, we've done Taurus, and now here we are on Gemini. They're next up. So, Gemini. I love me some Geminis. I'm just gonna say that, yes, I do. Now, Geminis, are the twins. They have two sides. And as far as the challenges for what is wrong with each sign, every sign has an evolved side and an unevolved side, which means people, you can either choose to live in the brighter, the lighter, the better aspects or traits or characteristics of your sign, or you can choose not to. You can choose to go on the dark side. You can choose not to evolve, not to overcome those personal challenges in your zodiac sign. And that's what we're talking about today. Now, with Geminis, they do get a bad rap because, they can tend towards being a little bipolar, schizophrenic, multiple personality disorderish, and whatnot. Now that's very true. I'm just saying it's very true. One of the challenges that I feel as though Geminis have an issue with is being themselves. Okay, now Geminis to me, although they are air signs, they are some of the most ultimate empaths that I have come across. Now, an empath is a person who can absorb the energy of those around them, whether it's positive, negative, whatever. Now, with Geminis, not only do they absorb the energy of their environment, but they have a tendency to tailor themselves to the environment, kind of like a chameleon. And I understand that there's a saying, when in Rome, do as Romans do. However, a lot of times, Geminis tend to get caught up in becoming a chameleon and fitting in with their surroundings, their location, the people around them, that they lose themselves. And that is what causes a lot of Geminis to start acting crazy and display these bipolar, schizophrenic tendencies, because having to switch yourself every time you get around a different group of people can get confusing, can't it, Gemini? Yes, the fuck it can. Yes, it can. It can be very confusing. And so many times, Geminis, because they also are excellent communicators, because they always feel like they have to blend in and tailor themselves in order to communicate whenever they get around certain people, they lose themselves so deeply that it becomes from an internal struggle to an external struggle, and people see that dilemma. No matter how hard they try to play it off, it comes out. People see it, and then it looks as though you're just a hot mess. And a lot of times, Geminis have so much energy. They have so much mental energy, but it is misplaced. They're into the wrong things, because Geminis, a challenge for you guys is you guys use your smarts for the wrong things. Instead of doing good with it, you a lot of times, the unevolved Geminis, instead of using their smarts or their brains to try to become the next Bill Gates or Jeff Bezos or whoever, they would rather indulge in pettiness, whether it's petty crimes, whether it's petty gossip, just petty. That is definitely a Gemini characteristic flaw. They can be very petty. And a lot of times, let me tell you, ain't nobody got time for that. It's at some point, Geminis, you have to evolve, because if Geminis were to fully evolve into their higher selves, they could be some of the most powerful people, right? But also, too, Geminis have an issue, but I noticed this more in the men. Gemini men have a large issue with the ego. I mean, shit. Look at old dude that just got, Mr. Impeachment. Ego problem, right? Kanye, ego problem. Not to say that having an ego is bad, but when your ego takes over you, it's not good. Anything in excess is not good. And also, too, Geminis, Another character flaw of Geminis. Now, don't take this personal, y'all. Like I said, if it's not about you, don't worry about it, okay? Don't be in my comments. Don't shoot the messenger. But Geminis love to have two of everything, hence the twins. That, a lot of times, makes the females look like hoes and the men. Okay? An unevolved Gemini is very, very promiscuous. That's the nicest way I could put it. Unevolved Geminis is very promiscuous. Okay? They like to scatter their energy in a lot of places. In a lot of places. And because they are also the ultimate empath, while they're busy scattering their energy in other places, they are also picking up negative energy. They have a tendency to pick up people's spirits. Because, you know, there is a thing called STDs, spiritually transmitted demons. And Geminis are extra ultra prone to picking up those STDs from other people because they are so empathic, and they literally will start displaying the negative traits of the people that they have laid with. They will. Also, too, another challenge for Geminis is their addictive personalities. Geminis have very, very addictive personalities, which can a lot of times lead to drug dependency and drug abuse, alcohol dependency and alcohol abuse, which also ties into, you know, that leads into the promiscuity and whatnot. But you guys are great, wonderful people, really. And this is for the unevolved of your sign. So what I would say would be the best thing is, you know, to spend some time with yourself, just you and your other personality, Gemini. You don't always have to be around people. You don't always have to be in the spotlight. You don't always have to be center of attention. You don't always have to be up under somebody, absorbing somebody else's energy, because not all energy is good energy. So instead, take some time with yourself, take some time to ground yourself, meditate, and get to learn who you are, so that when you get around other people, you can be yourself and not have to adapt to your environment. Because, as I said to Taurus, if people fuck with you, they're going to fuck with you for who you are. That is something very important. And I also have a tendency to see that. I will honestly say I see that a lot with males and females of that sign. However, I have noticed it more with the females of the sign. They tend to hide their true intelligence in order to look cool, in order to be cool, in order to be that consummate social butterfly. And let me tell you something. Those brains are sexy, Gemini. Not everybody has the knowledge, the mental fortitude that you truly have, that you don't use or that you use in the wrong way. Also, too, another character flaw that I have noticed in Geminis is they have a tendency towards jealousy as well. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. But the difference between the jealousy with the Aries and the jealousy with Geminis is a lot of times Aries will immediately address that issue as to why they feel that way and clear it up, whereas a Gemini will not. And the Gemini will go behind your back and try to get what you have. And that's not right. You don't get blessed like that at all. That's when they have a tendency towards being two-faced. And that is why they have such a bad repertoire as being two-faced. It tends to be jealousy-based, because that's when they start engaging in the gossip and becoming a chameleon with others to get what they have, that you have, that they want. So, I think I've said enough about the Geminis. If I missed anything, let me know. Other than that, be blessed and have a wonderful day. I love you.